We have an enormous set of challenges in front of us as a country and as a state. Going forward, I intend to be a spokesman and speak on issues involving the country. There are going to be issues that I think are important, very important, that all people should have an interest in, and there are going to be ones that I'm comfortable with, that I have some familiarity with. We are at great risk, as I said earlier, to our very way of life, our free enterprise system, and our national defense. We are in great peril unless Americans as a collective group, and I mean this in a bipartisan way, speak with authority to our elected leadership in order that we continue on the course that we collectively want to be on. Border security, by and unto of itself, is a national security, national defense issue, and not an immigration issue. That's how it ought to be addressed, and that's how it ought to be solved. The border ought to be secured, ought to be secured quickly. And then reasonable minds ought to sit down around a table in Washington, D.C. and hammer out a comprehensive immigration reform package that meets the desires of American citizens. We're right at about the $1 billion mark being in the hole. When you're in that kind of a situation, you got to make some hard-nosed, pragmatic decisions, and you've got to decide what's important and what's less important. Notice I said nothing's unimportant, but at the end of the day, you got to decide, just like you and I do when we're managing our household budget. We can't afford to go out and buy something where we don't have money in the bank. It is that simple. That's for country. And I thought it was a very appropriate name for a political action committee where we would seek to help on those issues and in selective cases to elected officials and to candidates for office who share those concerns and share similar values.